Well, hello. My name is Io, and I would like to welcome you to the very first episode of a brand new Let's Play. I don't have a name for it yet, but we will come up with that as time goes on. So welcome to this new Let's Play. Let's go ahead and get started getting some basic stuff built, some basic materials and whatnot gathered up. This is where I spawned here in our brand new world, and I like to just take a second to mark the very first block that you spawn on, so that I have an idea where, if I were to die, that I have some idea where it is that I will respawn. And so that's kind of task number one for me usually. Next task, of course, is to go ahead and start grabbing some of our basic building materials and get some basic stuff put together. Some wooden tools and a crafting bench, of course, and this kind of stuff. So, anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I thought that I would talk a little bit to get started and just give me something to kind of talk about while I do the basic, boring first episode kind of stuff. I thought the first thing I might talk a bit about is the name that I chose, the name Io. I chose that name because I have been long fascinated by the moon of Jupiter by that name, Io, and it's a pretty interesting place. I don't know how much you may or may not know about Io, but Io is a really a pretty amazing and stark place. It's kind of a moon of extremes. It's a little larger than our own moon, and it is the most volcanically active body in our solar system. It is a place of extremes in a number of different ways, particularly with regard to temperature. The temperatures can kind of range from anywhere between 200 below zero Fahrenheit to as high as up as high as 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit in the volcanic regions. And I was hoping to find some cobblestone, but I am not finding any, so we're going to have to move on here. But yeah, Io is a very interesting place. It's a beautiful world. I'll show you a picture of it here right now. Take a second and check this out. So you can see that it's a pretty amazing place. Whoops, I fell in the hole. Let's go take a look around at our brand new world here. Let's see what we've got. Well, I'm kind of talking a little bit about Io. Io has been known as a... Look at this beautiful biome. Isn't that something else? This one is called the Mesa Plateau F, it looks like. Well, this is going to be interesting because I've never actually been in a mesa biome before. I don't see any animals. So let's take a bit of a look around here at this mesa biome that we've spawned in. Pretty interesting biome here to just spawn in as our very first opening biome. Check this out. Well, we may have to go a long ways from spawn to find some food. We'll see how this pans out. Maybe this will be an interesting adventure. Let's see, which way are we going to go here? We'll go west. Head west, young man. Ouch. So, yeah, Io is often referred to as a celestial body of fire and ice, and you can certainly see from that picture why they would say that. It's a pretty beautiful place. I'll get more into Io probably in future episodes, and my fascination with Io, why I chose that, and talk more about various things like solar system, bodies of the solar system, and different aspects of space and science. I am someone who's very interested in all of those kinds of things, science and space and biology. Boy, this biome is pretty large. I'm starting to wonder whether if you dig down far enough, can you get to... I've never been in a mesa biome before. I wonder if I dug down far enough if I could get cobblestone. I did get an F3 there early enough to where I have a rough idea where the spawn point is. I would like to build here eventually, but we're just going to have to look around here and see what we come up with. Okay, here we go. No, maybe not. Yes, no. There's some desert, it looks like. Will there be... There's some trees. There's some forest. Okay, well, I wasn't planning on journeying so far away from spawn right away, but that's the way it goes, I suppose, and that makes it kind of interesting. Ah, check it out. Very cool. So this looks like it's going to be an interesting and unique world. I'm actually glad that it happened this way. This will make it kind of different and fun, hopefully. So yeah, let me go ahead and grab some wood and some basic stuff here. I hear a cow, that's a good sign. And I will get right back with you when I have a little bit of the basic tools built, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, as you can see, our first day is already waning, and look at this beautiful biome. This is gorgeous. It's going to be turning dark here, but I found us a little bit of food here. I've got some food cooking and gathered a little bit more wood. Got some of the basics taken care of here. Let's go ahead and get some chow before we starve to death. That would not be good on the very first night. I just kind of want to check this out a little bit more. This is a really cool world. I'm actually very happy with at least our very first glimpse here at our brand new world, and I'm glad that you guys are going to be able to join me. Oh look, I missed an experience orb. I'll have to go grab that. It's just one of those things you gotta do. Let's get that. Ah, much better. It would have bugged me. Ouch. So, yeah, this is a pretty cool world. I'm glad we ended up finding getting a world that, you know, has something interesting. And let's not die. Let's not die. How about? Okay. Managed to avoid that. The one thing I don't have is coal. So let's go ahead and get down in our little kind of hidey hole, Kurt J. Max style hidey hole thing down here, and close that up and get some coal, some charcoal going, so at least we can make some torches. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that for now. And while we're doing that, I guess I'll do a little bit more kind of digging around, see if I can find some coal. I've got all this different clay and stuff. I wasn't expecting to get, you know, anywhere near a mesa biome. I expected to have to go hunting for that for maybe a long time. So that is very, very cool. I'm quite happy about that. Alright, so that'll give us a little bit of light here, and go ahead and put that there for now. Let's go ahead and dig down, see if we can't find just a little, maybe some iron or some more coal, and kind of keep on getting on going here. I may do a little bit of this off camera as I did earlier. I'm hoping to kind of skip some of the more boring parts of the very beginnings of an episode 1 kind of situation. I know that tends to be, I mean, everyone has watched every Let's Player that does Minecraft Let's Plays do building basic tools and finding basic resources about 1 billion times. So my idea is to try not to bore you too terribly much with the basics of getting started, and to kind of keep things a little more interesting, as you know, you've all seen this before. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, and then I will be back with you shortly. So in our very first episode, we've got a spider jockey. I just stepped out here to grab a little more wood, and very first episode, there is a spider jockey. I feel like this is going to be a good place for us to get started, but I don't want to let him get too close. I just had to show you guys that, since you don't see too many of those. I guess they're not all that rare, but But anyway, this is going to be great. I'm really excited about this little journey we're going on. We've got some friends. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Would you like to come and join the party? Well, unfortunately, hugs from you aren't so good. I suppose hugs from you are about as good as hugs from a creeper. But I just thought I'd kind of take a look around here a little bit. There didn't seem to be a whole lot going on with regard to... Yeah. There's a little more going on now. All right. Woo-hoo. No, you don't. Ouch. I guess yes, you do. All right. And as the dawn starts to come, let's just take a step out here and see if anybody else is behind us. All right. So as the morning comes, I thought I would do a little bit of exploring around the area and look for some more resources. And while I'm doing that, I thought maybe what we would do is I would talk a bit about, kind of the objectives for this episode. Basically, I just kind of want to obviously introduce myself, talk a little bit about who I am and, what I want to do. We wanted to get the basic shelter for the first night, which we have accomplished, and get some initial resources. And, of course, the idea is always to try not to die. And I think for our first night, we have accomplished that. Achievement accomplished. So let's do a little bit of walking around here. Let's see what kind of world we've really got. This is great. This is... Perhaps some of you are thinking, why is it so great? It's just a mesa biome. I've never seen one. I've seen them in Let's Plays of the other folks and whatnot, but I have never actually been in a mesa biome myself. So, make a few more torches here. So it's pretty cool. I can see why everybody was kind of flipping out when they first were created. It looks like the mesa biome goes on a little distance, a little tiny lake there. So I'm going to try and head into more of a forest where I can hopefully find a cave, and we can start getting some basic resources like some more coal and obviously some iron and whatnot. So when I find us a cave, I will bring you back in. So I just came across this really beautiful kind of formation here. It reminds me of a place that I used to go camping as a kid. It was near a town called Meeker, Colorado. We used to go camping there, and it was called the Chinese Wall. The campground was called Trapper's Lake, and there was a formation that looked very much like this. It wasn't mesa color, it wasn't desert colors, but it had this kind of look, and it just reminded me of my childhood and camping with my dad and different things like that. So this is a beautiful world. I came quite a distance here to the west, and what I have found is that the mesa biome actually continues. So I'm going to have to probably go underground and look for caves under there to try to get some basic resources, and then we're going to have to see. We may have to relocate from our original spawn point to another area, and we'll just have to see kind of what turns up as far as what this world is all about. We may be on a long-term exploration expedition where we don't necessarily have a base to start out for a while. To start out with for a while, we'll see. Chunk error. Okay, so there it looks like, looking through there, I'm going to go ahead and grab try and get some flint here. I have yet to see a chicken, but the flint will come in handy when we want to make some arrows. But yeah, maybe that's kind of going to be our first mission here, is to try to find a good place to establish our first base. The mesa biomes are beautiful, but there isn't really a whole lot in terms of wildlife there. So we're not going to be able to really support ourselves unless, in terms of getting started, really. Whoops. Massive lag there. Alright. Try and get up here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I will do a little bit of looking around and see if I can find us a place to kind of get started. But it could be that will be our first mission, is to just find a place to get a base. And it looks like this world is going to be very interesting to explore. And for me, that is good news, because I actually am all about exploration and checking out terrain generation and whatnot. I am hoping to get more into building. That's one of my goals, is to get more involved with and learn a lot more about building. I've been watching a number of different builders on YouTube and trying to learn a bit more about it, because it hasn't been something I've been into in the past, but I think it looks like something I'm going to get into. So we'll be doing more of that as time goes on. And I guess for now, I'm just going to try and find us a cave so we can get some basic armor and that kind of stuff taken care of. Okay, almost done our second night here. Night is just starting, and I have finally I've gone quite a ways north, and I finally have found some forest to explore, looking for a cave here. Aha, a chicken, a number of chickens, and some coal. Terrific. I noticed this little floating block up here, and it made me think of Kurt J-Mac and his floating block of ice, floating block of snow, different songs that he's sung in his Far Lands or Bust series. There's some more coal down here. So let's go ahead and grab some of that coal and kind of get started. I have to apologize because I'm a little thrown off by the way that this all got started. I did not expect to be in the Mesa biome, and so I really kind of was caught off guard by that. But that's cool. I'm actually really excited by that fact. It's in my exploring around this world, I'm seeing it's pretty promising. You may have a little cave entrance here. Pretty promising in terms of the topography anyway, is looking really cool. So let's see if we can get a couple of those chickens and at least get some feathers, so that when we come across some spiders, we will be able to build ourselves some arrows. Make some arrows. Thank you, Mr. Chicken. There you are. Whoops. What else have we got up here? Got some more chickens. Got some coal up on the surface. Very good. I'm going to gather some of this up, and then we'll see if we can find us a cave. Just look at this. This beautiful terrain generation here. I'm very, very pleased. You know, you create lots of new worlds trying to find a good one to start a Let's Play in, and you hope you'll get a good one. This one, thus far, has far exceeded my hopes and expectations. And look at that. Our first witch. Hello, witch. See if we can take her out without getting hit. Ah, no. No. Oh, lucked out. I'm kind of curious why she didn't throw anything at me. I'm quite surprised that I didn't get poisoned there. Let's just make sure that we're on... I normally play on hard mode here. Let's double check that. Yes. Okay, good. Well, I guess we just lucked out. Another skelly nearby. I suppose he might drop a bow if we can... Ah, cave noises. Some arrows. No bow. But there's a cave nearby. There is a cave nearby. There's another skeleton. And another one. better eat. Alright, well, continuing on to try to find that cave. Hello, Mr. Creeper. That's always fun. Especially when you don't die from it. No, you don't. Alright, first string. Excellent. Well, it looks like we found a pretty good little spot here. I'm thinking this might be a good place to start kind of settling in. I did make a chest back in the little cave that we hid out in for the first night and just dumped some of that clay and whatnot just because, you know, I'll probably have a need for clay at some point, building and whatnot, but right now I don't really see a whole lot of reason for it. But just look at this world that we've got, guys. This is amazing. I'm just totally blown away by this. This is fantastic. Very exciting. Well, I think we're probably just about running out of time for our first episode. I'm going to check on how much time we've run. I'm going to try to make these episodes about 20 to 25 minutes a piece. Here another skelly, I think. Maybe. But anyway, yeah, let me check on the time and we'll see where we're at. Another spider. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get a couple pieces of string here. Total of 2. Just saw another spider right over here. There he is. Ouch. Ouch. Got it. Alright, we can build our bow. Excellent. Well, guys, we are just about at the... oh, there's the sand I threw out. We are just about at the point where I'm going to go ahead and be ready to end this first episode. So now is the part where I do the typical spiel and tell you thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of build a little hole in the side of the mountain here. We'll do a little hidey hole kind of type deal. And set up just kind of a temporary sort of base shelter kind of dealio. But now's the part where I say thank you. If you enjoyed what you saw here with this episode, please feel free to leave me a like, leave a comment. I'd be happy, very happy to hear from all of you folks and hear what you liked, what you didn't like about it, see what thoughts you have for future episodes. I'm happy to discuss whatever you would like to talk about in the comments with me, so go ahead and leave a like. If you enjoyed it enough to favorite it, that's great, but what helps me more than anything else is if you send it to a friend. If you thought it was worth talking about with other folks, send it to a friend and let them know that you discovered a new Let's Player who's doing some stuff and that you found at least somewhat interesting, and I certainly would appreciate it if you did that. Let's go ahead and build our arrows here. I say build, I don't know why. Here we go. Just get a few more of those, and we'll make our bow, and that will kind of be our way of ending up the episode number 1 of our Let's Play. Thank you very much again for watching, and the sun is coming up. I guess that'll be a good place to start episode 2. A new adventure tomorrow awaits. We'll try and find a cave, and we'll see what kind of resources and fun adventure we can, and trouble that we can get ourselves into. So, thank you very much again for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.